You probably believe your financial situation is the result of how much you earn. If your salary increased, everything would finally feel easier. Less stress, more freedom, more control. But what if the real problem isn't income at all? What if the reason you always feel behind has nothing to do with money and everything to do with behavior? The uncomfortable truth is that most people are not broke because they lack opportunities. They are broke because they repeat invisible habits that slowly drain their future, one small decision at a time. These habits don't look dangerous. They feel normal, comfortable, even justified. They are embedded in routines, in social expectations, in emotional responses. You don't consciously choose them, you inherit them. And over time, they shape your financial destiny more than any single paycheck ever could. Modern society teaches a simple narrative: more income equals more stability. But this belief hides a trap. Many people double their income over the years and still feel financially insecure. The anxiety remains, the stress returns, the sense of being one problem away from disaster never truly disappears. This happens because income does not automatically create wealth. Without behavioral change, higher income often just creates higher expenses. You upgrade your lifestyle: better apartment, better car, more subscriptions, more delivery, more comfort, and suddenly the extra money is gone. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your habits were never designed to protect your future. They were designed to maximize present comfort. Most financial decisions are not rational, they are emotional. You don't buy things because you need them. You buy because you're tired, bored, stressed, or seeking relief. Spending becomes a form of therapy, a way to regulate mood, a way to feel in control in a world that feels uncertain. The problem is that these decisions are invisible. You don't remember each coffee, each app, each impulse, but your bank account remembers. Over months and years, these micro-decisions compound into a financial identity. You become the person who never saves, the person who always struggles, without realizing you built that identity through patterns, not fate.
Most people don't have a financial system. They just react. Money comes in, money goes out. Whatever remains is accidental. This creates chaos. You never know exactly where your money is going, so you never feel safe. Even when you earn more, you feel just as lost. Wealthy individuals, on the other hand, design friction. They automate savings. They invest before spending. They make good decisions easy and bad decisions inconvenient. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on structure, and structure beats willpower every time. Comfort is seductive. It tells you that you deserve rest, upgrades, rewards, and you do. But comfort without limits creates stagnation. The brain prefers pleasure now over freedom later. This is why most people choose a slightly better present at the cost of a much better future. Every time you choose short-term relief over long-term growth, you reinforce a pattern, and patterns become identities. Eventually, you stop believing change is possible because your environment keeps confirming the same story. In the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki explains that most people are not held back by lack of money, but by fear. Fear of losing stability, fear of making mistakes, fear of looking foolish. So they cling to what feels safe: a fixed salary, a predictable routine, a job they may not even enjoy. The problem is that safety is often an illusion. A job can disappear overnight, but the mindset of dependency remains for decades. This is why so many people stay in situations they secretly hate, not because they lack ambition, but because comfort slowly becomes a cage. They tell themselves they will start later, when they feel more ready, when they have more time, more confidence, more certainty. But certainty never comes. And by avoiding risk, they end up accepting the biggest risk of all, living an entire life limited by someone else's decisions. Your habits are also shaped by others: friends, family, culture. You spend to fit in, to avoid feeling left behind, to maintain an image. Even when you know it's irrational, social pressure feels stronger than logic. This is why people often mirror the financial behavior of their environment, not because it's optimal, but because it feels safe. The danger is that you inherit not only beliefs, but limitations. You adopt invisible ceilings. You normalize financial stress. You accept instability as inevitable. And once something feels normal, you stop questioning it.
The real transformation begins with awareness, not with budgeting apps, not with spreadsheets, but with noticing patterns, asking uncomfortable questions. Why do I spend when I'm stressed? Why do I avoid looking at my finances? Why does saving feel restrictive instead of empowering? These questions break automation. They interrupt the loop. And once you see the pattern, you can redesign it. You can create systems. You can delay gratification. You can align present behavior with future goals. You are not broken. Your mind is simply running outdated programs. Invisible habits that once provided comfort now create limitation. But habits can be rewritten. Patterns can be redesigned, and identity is not fixed. It is built daily through small, repeated choices. Wealth is not created by dramatic actions. It is created by quiet discipline, by boring consistency, by designing a life where your default behavior works for you, not against you. And the moment you stop reacting and start designing, your entire financial reality begins to shift.
If this changed how you see money, you're not alone. More videos like this are coming.